Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. The fans are making noise here inside the Oracle Arena for their Warriors. And it's the Warriors to start out. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Mbah a Moute in the small forward spot. Out to the right wing. And here's Barnes for three. A second chance effort. And Griffin sends it back. Ball against Curry. They get it back. On offense, here are the Warriors. Here's Thompson. Howard down with both hands.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Here's Curry after the Clippers pick up two. Green with a screen for Curry. Back to Green. The three from Barnes. And he gets it to go. Barnes has got himself on the board with three there.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Now the Warriors moving it up, and that is good.
And a great job of taking advantage of the steal there to get those easy ones in transition.
You know, that's exactly how you draw it up, Greg, on the board. I mean, good defensive work, aggressive play in the open court. Those two things are hand in glove when they work together.
And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that. Did you?
Yeah, right,
know.
Right. He probably just thrown on as a broadcaster and rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No. Here's Green, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Clippers foul call.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Last season, the Clippers came away with the third seed out west. They were very tough in conference and managed to get 37 of their 56 wins against Western Conference teams.
Clippers trail by 8. Pass to Paul. It's Redick on the wing. From the arc. Rebound Bogut. As you said, for the Clippers, 37 wins last year against the rest of the West. That total was the second most against the rest of the West among any team in the league. Trailed only Golden State in that regard.
And you know what? They played the top West teams tough as well. One of only 3 Western Conference teams to be over 500 against the rest of the playoff teams from the West.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
And the Warriors making a change here. Barbosa's checked in. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Paul Pierce is checked in for Mbamute. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. As we're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this time out here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
Different look here for the Warriors. Mazzili's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Green. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Rivers dishes to Crawford. And again, no good by the Clippers.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Here's Iguodala. Kicks to Spates. Tries from 10. And that one hits back iron.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Sends it down right in his face.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
They push it up 4-on-3. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters. But if they even approximate that, watch out.
It's Crawford with the drive. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
He can be a matchup nightmare if he can get it in the paint.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Warriors lead by 12. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Livingston is out there with Barbosa. Then there's Iguodala. Then there's Festus Ezeli. And it's Spates in at the 4. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense. But their defense, you know, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season. And some nights, the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
And stolen by Jordan. Here's Griffin. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Griffin's got his second basket of the game. Warriors leading by 13.
And you know, with the Warriors, it goes beyond the stats. High character guys, tremendous culture. They had a lot of guys that could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champs.
And you just look at this Warriors roster, and there are a ton of defensive playmakers. That ability to switch everything and be fine is what made them so tough on the defensive side of the ball.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Johnson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. It's not possible what we just said. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is.